Hello all, my name is Colson, and I'll be reading a song called Sleeping Lessons by the band The Shins. It was written in 2007, and I interpret the song with didactic connotations in regard to varying modern problems that are experienced differently by different generations. The issue in particular that I'll be speaking about is climate change, because I believe that the younger generation has a more realistic grasp on the issue than the older generations do. It is written deliberately to express the importance of young people's opinions on current issues, and how the opinions of the young should be more highly regarded than those of the old. Go, without, till the need seeps in, you low animal. Collect the noble petals for the stem, and glow, glow, melt and flow. Eviscerate your fragile frame and spill it out on the ragged floor, 1,000 different versions of yourself. And if the old guards still offend, they've got nothing left on which you depend. So enlist every ounce of your bright blood and off with their heads. Jump from the hook. You're not obliged to swallow anything you despise. See? These unrepenting buzzards want your life, and they've got no right. As sure as you have eyes, they've got no right. Just put yourself in my new shoes and see that I do what I do, because the old guards still offend. Their pudgy hearts and slimy hands. They've got nothing left on which we depend. So enlist every ounce of your bright blood and off with their heads. Jump from the hook. You're not obliged to swallow anything you despise. This song is called Sleeping Lessons because it attempts to tell older people to do exactly that. Sleep. Fall asleep eternally or pass away, so they can stop screwing up the next generation. I chose this song because I believe this theme is especially prevalent now. Climate change will eventually destroy our society as we know it, if dramatic steps to lower pollution are not exercised. It seems as though within society that only the younger generations care enough about this issue in particular, and the older generations who are responsible for the problem and who rule the world don't want to take steps to slow the effects of climate change. Many think that older people don't care enough about this issue because it won't affect them in their lifetime, even though it will affect the younger generations. This is the problem that the song talks about most explicitly. Shauna McDonald writes that oral interpretations, quote, entice performers and audiences to live for a time in their imaginations, building worlds through their engaged listening and creative thinking. I made a performance decision to act with the lyrics as a leader of a population of young people, giving a speech as to why they should rise up and take matters into their own hands, like Greta Thunberg has done. I wanted the audience to imagine how it would be like to speak directly to the people who don't care about the pressing issues, and to speak to the people who do. My other decision was to change my physical position and tone, to shift from speaking to the audience of younger people to the older people directly. According to Frontiers in Psychology, anger can be expressed by hitting things and moving erratically, which is what I did to portray my emotion. In my performance, I shifted from speaking to the young to the old, and used my performance to show the gap of different generations and what we care about. Another major theme in this song is existentialism. While the artists contend the listener to look to the young rather than to the old, they also speak more broadly about free will. When they say, eviscerate your fragile frame and spill it out on the ragged floor, it can be interpreted as someone applying a new method to something by breaking the norm. This is hinted by, quote, the word fragile frame, because it's fragile and can be broken. By breaking this norm, the listener would use their free will. The same theme is also highlighted when, towards the end, they say, quote, jump from the hook. You're not obliged to swallow anything you despise. This means to break free from social norms because you don't have to accept anything or swallow anything that you despise or don't like. It is didactic in that it instructs the listener to break away from societal norms and think for themselves because they don't have to blindly accept things. It's a good song too. You should give it a listen.